Bridgestone production cars, powered by engine, from start to finish.
And first race is where we are at, coming out of the big sweeper that sets up one of the long straights. There's two of them down here at Cape Town. The big straight heading into a huge 180, which is turn number 1. Obviously, the ground is going to be controlled by poleman Michael Stephen.
Certainly to watch out for. Many firsts out here. A first for Gavin Cronje, the Ginger Ninja in the BMW. And still, those cars lacking a bit of sponsorship, Matt.
Yeah, it's really strange to see these white cars still at round number 2. And talking about round, look around the outside. Fari tries to get the big sweeper going and gets beaten up. So he tried to go, get brave, round the outside. He lost out by 2 places there going into turn number 2.
Yeah, if he'd made that stick, he would have come out of there smiling. Sunshine would have been shining big time. Simon Moss, also one to watch. We reckon that he's going to take a few more laps, or rather races, to actually come to grips with that car. We noticed at Swartkops, it was very iffy. Right now, can he keep it on this very fast track?
Look at Henny Groenewald. So that was a real big problem that he had in qualifying. But in the race, the car looks super strong. We go back into the Class Ts, and we're looking at the back end hanging out of Lee Thompson.
Amazing stuff in Class A as well, because there was a big fight there out with Michael Stephen and Johan Fari. I mean, if you can throw a blanket on it, it was even smaller than that. We're talking about, you know, 0.76 the difference. We might even see that in race pace today between those two.
I think we're going to see a real good fight here. Johan Fari is definitely going to come here and put on a show for his home crowd. He's not going to be happy to get beaten up going to turn 1 like that. He only lost out 1 place. He did manage to fight it back. We go on board with him as he tries to get the slipstream and get through. Huge BMW power going around the outside of Gennaro Bonafide. Bonafide had to have a problem there.
Massive speed difference there, differentiating between the Audi and also the BMWs. But Stephen is large and in control right now, and he has got a point to prove as defending champion.
Certainly has, and in the background, it looks like it got all kinds of real. Henny squeezing out on Moss. Moss get all the way to the grass. He's now trying to sweep back around the outside. This is what we needed to see from Moss. We were kind of talking about it at round number 1. He has yet to get super aggressive. He seems to find the grass quite a lot, but it's going to be good to see him fight back and go forwards.
Yeah, maybe he's just got to be a little bit patient. I mean, the season will come to him, and so will the car.
Look at Groenewald, though. His mid-corner speed there through Damstep, absolutely insane. He may actually have the line. No, he looked like for a second he had the line going into Malmesbury, but he's going to have to just follow suit and just tuck in as tight as he can and get that slip.
Line astern they come, but Stephen is out in front in Class A, and Fari is the danger man. But I'll tell you what, the Audis are going to have something to say with that, and here they come.
Yeah, it's a real fight at the moment, because it looks like the faster of the 2 Sasol racing cars might be Henny Groenewald. He definitely has made a lot of ground up in the early laps, as we see a problem on one of the Fords, and it's Formato. Formato, after having a good time out there in quali, is going to go backwards.
I thought I saw a bit of puff of smoke there from Formato's car on the back straight about 2 laps ago, but we'll get confirmation on that. But right now into turn 1, and it's still the chasing Audis, and Stephen in front still. Fari is close, but no cigar.
We go on board with Graham Nathan as he is trying to sweep around the outside as the Mini goes up the inside. That's Thompson, so Thompson should have been running a little bit higher than this. It's the Chevy Cruze that's leading things out in Class T as a little bit of rubbing. Yeah, Nathan wants to get moving forward. Let's go.
Yeah, if you're going to pass Nathan, you don't want to just sort of land in front of him and then slow down. He really wants us to go, and he's chasing down Van Rooyen as well. The other problem to consider here, Lee Thompson had gearbox problems all throughout the weekend right now. Will this just come to the fore again?
Well, it was either gearbox problems or drive problems, because he definitely didn't carry enough speed coming out of turn number 1, and that's not his style. He's a real mid-corner specialist, so we'll have to see if that Mini is actually going to survive and hang on. The good news is 1, 2, and 3 are running about 2 seconds ahead of 4th place Dumini.
Oh, absolutely. And Formato, a problem there and gone missing. So whether they'll be able to rectify that car as well. He's had an awful amount of bad luck, but we'd like to see more from the Fords. But right now, the front end of Class A, and still Team Audi, it's Gennaro Bonafide leading out the veteran, Henny Groenewald. How long will that stay the way it is?
I don't think it's going to stay that much longer, to be honest. Henny definitely looks like he's got the pace, and if it has to happen, Gennaro will move over and allow him to come through. But look at the top-end speed of the BMW, pulling out well before the slip effect, and again, he's going to try and do the big sweep around the outside. This is turn number 1, and he's going for the cutback here. We're talking about Johan Fari, Cape Town's own BMW, and he just cannot get through on Michael Stephen. This is a real battle of the Titans here, because Michael Stephen has got so much experience, knows exactly where to place the car, but you're going up against a man with as much experience and a very dominant driver on the circuit.
We're seeing battle scars on your Humphreys BMW, and that could have been the coming together with Simon Moss. But if you notice one thing out there, Matt, how Ferrari is having to battle the changing of lanes or changing of lines from Michael Stephen.
Yeah, certainly in sectors 1 and 2, so it's going to be something to watch out for here. Looks like the problem may have gone away, whatever the issue was on Lee Thompson's car in Class T, as he still runs in the 2 spot just ahead of Graham Nathan, and they are now making up ground on the Chevy Cruze. So it's going to be a short-lived little bit of respite that Michael Van Rooyen had, because he was running around about a clear second ahead. Now there's nothing in it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing for the team, Van Rooyen's team and the Chevy Cruze. I mean, it's nice to see them out front.
Oh,
hello!
Yeah.
Simon Moss maybe outbraked himself there.
Yeah, he really ran into Cape Town corner super hot, almost tagged the back end of what would have been the second of the BMWs. That's Gavin Cronje, and it was a great shot to see how you have to abort out of that. Thankfully, there's enough runoff down there.
That is a wonderful word, abort.
Yeah, literally that. He just had to, he was stuck to a line and he had to just make another plan very, very quickly. Now at the front end of Class T, that Mini has come on song. It has closed things down very, very quickly on the Chevy Cruze, and we look like we seem to be losing a little bit of Graham Nathan here. That's the biggest gap we've seen between the back end of the Mini and the front end of the VW GTI.
Yeah, well, top 3 in Class T, and we see none of the other competitors in our screenshot right now, which means these guys are absolutely flying. How long Van Rooyen will be able to stay out there, because Lee Thompson now is starting to charge.
In the Class A's, it looks like Ferrari is extremely frustrated out there. He has tried every which way but loose and cannot figure out a line to get through. And it's the same situation with the third place battle, the in-house battle for the Sasol Audis.
Incredible stuff. These views on the back end, and we've got Gennaro Bonafide just looking at behind him, Henny Grunewald. Now, watch out for the veteran, because he's going to try and go up the inside, and will he make this stick? And he does, into Cape Town corner.
That was an extremely late move. I mean, you cannot pull out or brake any later than that. He made the switch and the brake at exactly the same time and has come on through. Now we're going to have to see if he's got the legs to drag himself and his teammate up to the bumper of Ferrari.
Not long to go in this 7-lap sprint race, and Michael Stephen is just keeping the lines very, very tight. Ferrari, the only way he's going to get round right now is by driving over the top of it.
Yeah, the question to ask now is, we've got just a few laps left in it, and it's to see if the pace will slow down enough for the 2 Sasol Audis to join the party. The party in Class T is a 3-way affair right now.
Here comes Thompson down the inside, and he's got it.
Yeah, that thing is just so good on the brakes. It took him a long time to get up onto the bumper of the Chevy Cruze of Van Rooyen, but now Thompson is going to try and get himself away. Realistically, he needs to gap the rest of these boys, because Nathan looks like he has built pace once again in this last half lap, and he's going to want to get through on Van Rooyen as well.
This is going to be incredibly exciting with the 3 of them right now, and you know Nathan, you know he's coming, and Michael knows he's behind him.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult situation for Van Rooyen to handle, because with it being a sprint race, he's obviously gone and cooked his tires as hard as he can. You give it absolutely everything, and it looks like a little bit of preservation on the rubber may have come to the fore in the hands of the Mini and the Golf.
Wow, the back right rear of that Mini lifting off the ground, and the load's very much on the front end.
Yeah, Thompson is super strong through Malmesbury. He carries a ton of corner speed. Here is the slipstream effect, but you can see a little bit of power extra coming out of the Chevy Cruze. He's actually able to extend away from Nathan, and Nathan is in the slip. Look at that. He closes right up on Lee Thompson. Thompson, like, opening the door down at Cape Town corner, and that was a risky move, because there was a lot of room to play with there.
So the 3 coming on the exit out of Cape Town corner. It's line astern right now. Michael Van Rooyen bringing a lot of pressure to the Lee Thompson Mini, and he'll have at the back of his mind, he's done 2 gearboxes. Do they have any more spares?
Yeah, and just to talk about lap times, I love looking at the numbers at this stage of the race. All 3 of these guys running in the 122 bracket. The 4th place guys, the 4th place battle, as it is starting to heat up with Dumini, he is running on a 123. So every single lap, these guys are running a full second faster than anyone else out there.
Nathan certainly not using his hand movements to get to Michael Van Rooyen. In fact, he wanted to actually drag him back closer. Oh, round the outside, having a look. Also changing his lines, Graham Nathan, trying to find a way past Michael.
Yeah, he's trying to go for that outside sweep. There's that bump on the way into turn number 2. He tried to go around it, get the drive through it, but that Chevy Cruze is going to get pretty wide for these next couple of laps.
Rose Foundation corner, they'll be heading to Malmesbury. Will Nathan get a better drive coming out there? That seems to be the only way he might be able to draw level.
Oh, he's got a line up the inside, but it's whether you can actually actually stay in it, because it's extremely risky to hold that line through, all the way through that double set of right-handers. What he has done, though, he's positioned himself correctly going down to Cape Town corner. We swing back to the Class A's.
Michael Stephen is going to draw first blood. He's going to get the checkered flag and win it in Cape Town. A close second for Johan Free, and then, sadly, the two Audis, third and fourth.
Yeah, Henny Groenewald, though, doing great work, turning a poor qualifier and coming around and getting that third place. The flag is out there waiting for the mini of Lee Thompson. He also did great work coming through the field. And we've got, looks like Nathan coming through. We've lost the Chevy Cruze in the last lap.
It must have actually happened in Cape Town corner. We didn't see it, but he's still there and finished the race.
Results in the Class A's. Michael Stephen wins ahead of Fourie, Groenewald, Bonafide, and Cronje picks up the fifth.
What a perfect way to start the race day. You get out to pole position and basically weren't better until the flag came out.
Yeah, it was a good race. We had a bit of a challenge from Johan on the first corner, and it wasn't all plain sailing. And then towards the middle of the race, Johan was coming. So I had to push hard, but then, as the race went on, my tyres, lasted a bit longer and I could pull away slightly at the end. But yeah, it was a good race, good way to start the day.
Okay, and what's going to happen now with the inverted grid? You've got to come from behind, buddy.
Well, obviously starting second last in terms of championship position. We've had the pace the whole weekend, so it's 14 laps. I think the trick is to make sure you get through lap 1 and 2, and then pick off one by one, and then hopefully we can get to the front as well.
Great result for Class A, but right now, Class T, Lee Thompson in the Castrol Works Mini wins it out in Cape Town. Graham Nathan in second, and Michael van Rooyen in the Cruze third.
Well, looks like, Mr. Thompson, you were involved in a bit of battle and some scars on the car as well.
Yeah, no, when there's a dice with Graham, it's always going to be a little bit of a touchy one. But it was really good. I always have good dices with Graham. It's always fair and clean. I think it made for some exciting TV, but nevertheless, very happy for Team Castrol Mini. Like I said, we did a lot of work between Swartkops and this weekend's race at Killarney. Now it's just to make sure everything's right for the feature race, and I'm pretty sure we can end up with the same result.
Bridgestone production cars, powered by engine from start to finish.